Welcome to the I Do Wedding Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Nina Adio, a social media marketing expert specializing in the wedding industry. Each week, we'll explore the strategies, stories, and insider tips that help wedding professionals thrive. You'll hear solo episodes filled with actionable advice for social media and inspiring conversations with esteemed wedding industry guests. Thank you for tuning in and letting this podcast be a part of your day. Let's get started. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the I Do Wedding Marketing Podcast. Today, I want to talk about the algorithm, and that I think it's a lot easier to understand and to hack than most of us think. We view the algorithm as something very daunting, and I want you to view it from a different frame of mind. So before we get into that, I just wanted to remind you guys that I am going to be speaking at the Central Florida Wedding Association's annual summit this August 24th and 25th. I will link the tickets in the show notes, and you can use code SPEAKER20 to save 20% off. Who isn't looking for an excuse to go to Central Florida? At least for me as a New Yorker, that is something we love to do is go down to Florida. So I am so excited about this. So first, I want to share something that happened to me when I was like, I made a big mistake on social media, and that 4th of July weekend, I had sent my dad a video of a strawberry lobster. Somebody cut up strawberries and displayed it in the shape of a lobster. And I sent it to him, and the next post I viewed made me realize I'd made a mistake because there was another strawberry lobster, and then another, and then another. So I had alerted the algorithm that this was attention-worthy and savable content as far as my feed went, and it was giving me more of it. And so this is something I want you to keep in mind when it comes to the goal of your content. So what is an algorithm? It's simply a recommendation system. The algorithm is trying to say, if I show this person this post, will they enjoy it enough to stay on the platform? So since my algorithm saw that I viewed a strawberry lobster post and shared it, that flagged my algorithm that that was something that I liked, that would keep me on the platform. So this is what I want you to think about with your content. If your social media platform does not know that you are creating wedding industry content in a specific area, then you lose the opportunity for that to get fed to people. And that's another thing about the algorithm. It isn't a generic algorithm. Each user has their own algorithm. So that's why what's being fed on my feed differs than what's being fed on my husband's feed. I always joke, you want to know what your husband's looking up, look at his explore page and you will see. So if somebody watches dog videos, they're getting more dog videos. When I started watching The Other Bennett Sister, I was getting more Other Bennett Sister content, but that also means someone who's saving wedding inspiration is getting more wedding inspiration. So we want your content being fed out to engaged couples who are seeking wedding inspiration. So the signals your social media platforms are looking for in order to feed your content to an algorithm. They want to know if the user has engaged with similar content before. So if they have saved top restaurants on Long Island, or this Long Island coffee shop has XYZ, things to do weekends on Long Island, then you know Long Island content is going to be fed to them. Do they interact with you regularly? Okay, so this is why people say stories and getting those high volume posts are so important. When somebody responds to a poll on your story, that means your next story is going to come up as a priority in their story feed because they interacted with you. So that signaled to Instagram that they are interested in your content.
And let me stop and give an example here. One of my venues wanted to do a post leading up to the Taylor Swift wedding. And the owner asked, how does this help us at all? Because I'm always saying, we want to be location specific, X, Y, and Z. And I said, well, this post for them went viral. So that meant all of these people commenting on this post and engaging with it would now be fed their next post. So today they're seeing Taylor Swift. Tomorrow they're seeing our big 4th of July party that we still have tickets, right? So getting people to interact with your content will help your content show up on their feed more and ideally other feeds. And then Instagram, TikTok, etc. They want to see what people are doing after they see your content. So are they rewatching it? Are they saving it? Are they sharing it? Are they commenting? Are they going to your profile or are they following? So this tells the algorithm something about this post, right? Because if your post is getting tons of saves and shares, that says to Instagram and to TikTok and these platforms, this is a piece of content that users are going to stay on the platform for. They're sharing it, they're saving it, they want to revisit it, they're re-watching it. If Instagram sees that people are commenting on a post, they know it's a hot post. So these metrics are really important. And that is why watch time matters so much. If somebody watches your entire reel, that's showing the platform that your content is interesting, right? If somebody's swiping through all your posts in a carousel, that shows that people are engaged with it. So that is why we want to make sure all of your content is super clear. And the algorithm can pick that up by the visuals. It can pick it up by your captions, and it can pick it up by your tags, such as your location tags and vendor tags and so forth. These are all signals about the content. So I know we are always focused on having posts that are about storytelling and saying what you do and who you do it for. But we also want to focus on, did people enjoy this content or will people enjoy it? Did they engage with this content? Will they engage with it? Do they stay on the platform because of this piece of content? Now, I know our goal is to get them to the website, right? So that's why metrics like saving and sharing really help, because they're saving, hopefully saving and sharing. The algorithm likes that, and then they're going to our website and we like that. And that's what's going to help the performance of your content. So the more you post, the more data that you have and the algorithm has, right? So with every post, the algorithm is seeing who likes your content, who shares it, who follows because of it, and that helps you get put out to more like-minded people. So instead of chasing hacks, right, when people used to keyword stuff inside posts and things like that, just focus on creating content people actually want. Focus on creating valuable content that's going to make couples trust you and stop in their tracks, right? Would someone stop scrolling because of this piece of content? Would they save this? Would they send this to a friend? Would this answer a real question? Would this make someone feel understood? And this is what I curate in the Social Studio, my monthly membership for people, where I create hooks and captions and pull reels and trends that answer these questions. So this way you're just getting the need to know stuff, right? Instead of seeing a membership or getting social media tips that apply for all industries, you're getting things that are going to apply specifically to wedding industry professionals. So that's in the Social Studio. So I want you to stop worrying about things like posting at the exact perfect time, hashtags being what makes your post go viral, worrying about being shadow banned, deleting posts with low engagement, posting every day even if you don't have good content. I want you to focus on what actually moves the needle. Scroll stopping hooks, better storytelling, clearly speaking to your audience and making sure Instagram knows how to categorize it, being consistent, but not at the point where it's a detriment to your content, speaking to your ideal couples, and giving people a reason to save or share. All right. So when you get fed stuff in the algorithm, you can see how easy it is. It took one strawberry lobster for me to be fed that at nausea. That's what we want to happen to your content. So make it clear, use your best wedding B-roll and content, get all your terms in that caption organically, and start to see how this organic traction can take off on its own. That's my advice for you this week, guys. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a review because it really helps me out. Or say hello to us on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, or Facebook, or Threads, really, wherever you want to say hi to me. YouTube. I'll be there waiting. Thanks, guys, and I will see you on the next Wedding Wednesday.